All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how to trade double bottoms and double tops like a pro. And to prove to you that I know what I'm doing, what I've done is I have put on a bunch of trades right now, and we're going to watch them live as I do this video. So stick around to the end to see how these trades work out. Now, just before we get into it, I'm going to show you what these trades are. I got one on USD Yen. You can see this is clearly in profit right now. I got another one on Euro Kiwi, again, clearly in profit again right now. And I have another one on Aussie Yen, again, clearly in profit right now. So I'm not going to be managing these while we do the video. We're just going to come back and take a look at these after I show you how I made these trades and how that I was able to pinpoint these entry points on a 3-minute chart right now during the Asian FX session. So let's get into it. And I'm just going to pull up some random charts and go through this live with you. So you're going to get the raw experience of how to find these. So none of these trades are cherry picked. We're just simply going to look at where the double tops and double bottoms are and what we want to look for, because the criteria is pretty simple. And this is going to be something that I don't think any of these other YouTube channels really show you. So you're going to get a lot of this, and make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. All right, so here we go. So the number one thing that I look for when I'm looking for double tops and double bottoms is this. I'm just going to draw this on here for you. I'm looking for a strong move in a direction. So you can see here, we have a very strong move in this direction. Here we have another very strong move in this direction. And I want to trade with that short-term momentum. So figuring out where the direction of the short-term momentum is key. Now, let's dive into this because you can see a few happening right here. So what we have is a nice move up, boom, right here. And then what I like to do is I like to follow the lows of the move. So for example, right here on this chart, we have a level. Now, I'm going to follow the highs and the lows just like this as the chart's unfolding. I'm going to take my lowest points and on the way up, and I'm going to see if I get a double top or a double bottom. And the same thing on the way down. So one of the criteria that I'm looking for is not only that all of the candles are primarily one color, but that they're also, the trend is below the orange line, which is the 20 EMA. That tells me that there's a lot of momentum in the trend. So you can see as we start coming down here, what happens? Boom, we get this. So now let's think about the logic through this right here. So we had the market come down. I'm going to draw this in for you, right? We had this strong move down, and every time it's produced, lower highs, and then we produced another lower high here. And then what happens? The market pin bar rejects off this. We get this move down, and then it reverses back up right to this level. Now remember, whenever there are straight lines made in a market that are to the pip like this, that is made by one thing, and that is big money. So the trade is this. When we see this happen, we can either wait for a big rejection bar or we wait for another candle in the direction of the trend. So in theory, the entry would be somewhere around the close of this bar with a stop above here. And that is the entry to go short. So that's the setup. Super simple. And we just continue with that. Now, I like to have these on the first leg down, not the second. So you can see the opportunities do come up here. Boom. We had an opportunity again right here off of that level. Here is right to the pip again. And then we had a move down to the lows of this range. And this market's been in this range ever since. So that's a double top. Let's grab another market and let's take a look at what we can find. So let's look at oil. Oil's been, a short term. This thing's in a downtrend. Well, let's take a look at our swings, right? It's the same thing. So I'm going to start at the top. If I was watching this market live, I'm going to draw a line on the chart, and I'm literally going to follow these as they go down to see where my pullbacks are. So my first pullback is here, right? We can all see that, but you see I got to close above the level. So I'm not interested in a double top on that position. And as we continue to go down, you can see right here, boom, we get a short-term double top here. Why do I say short-term? Because there wasn't much of a rejection. but it was pretty much exactly to the pip again, and then the market sells off. So these are the types of things that I like to look for that are with the trend. And I like to try and find the lowest point on, or in this case, the highest point of the pullback. And I just follow the trend like this as it unfolds. So you got a pretty good idea now of how to trade those double tops. And now let's see if we can find ourselves some double bottoms, right? And again, I would be doing the same thing. We just kind of go to the beginning of this trend, and if we just follow it up, we can see, well, let me just close that alert out of here. Okay, so pretty simple. This pullback that happened, there was nothing, but as we keep going, our next pullback area right here at the bottom of this pin bar on the left of my screen here, I'll zoom in on it for you. Right, so you can see that. Then when the market rallied up, comes right back down, and it doesn't hit it until here, but it hits it again to the pip, and it produces this outside bar. And then the market kind of rallies out of their short term, comes back to that exact level again, gives us an actual triple bottom out of there, and rallies out. So there's another example of that. And if we just keep following these lows, we're going to see we kind of had another one, a pseudo double bottom here. We did get a close below with immediate rejection, engulfing that bar back up. So to me, this does count as an opportunity to get long in the market. And that's how I'm doing it. I'm literally following it up. And like I say, the best trades are where the market is above that 20 EMA. And these things don't happen all that often. So when they do, it's definitely worth paying attention to. It's worth throwing an alert on a line and just monitoring, especially if you're trading this, on short-term time frames, like I am right now on a 3-minute. A lot of people try and tell you that you can only trade these on higher time frames and that's all they're good for. That's completely wrong. The thing about trading these on short-term time frames is you have to know the direction of the short-term momentum. That's absolutely critical to the success of trading these. So I'm going to just rip through these charts real quick, see if we can find a few more good trends that threw out some opportunities for us, and give you a few more examples to hit this home. And like I say, these aren't just cherry picked. I didn't really pre-plan this at all. I'm just going through live right now. So that way you know that it's legit. And here we are again. So this looks like there's probably the same type of thing here. So you see we get these nice moves up. Nice strong move up. And again, as soon as you see that, it's time to start following it with a straight line. Like all we're doing is measuring the pullbacks. And we can start to see when we hit here on this pullback, we would have gotten entry on this bar here, this blue bar, back in the direction. So the market comes back down, boom, hits that, gives us a bullish bar in the direction of the trend, and the market takes off. And the stronger the trend, the better the move. And I know that sounds obvious, but a lot of people will tend to think that if I'm in a super strong trend, I'm not going to get a pullback to that exact level. I'm going to be either producing higher highs or lower lows. And when these happen in super strong trends, you get a massive move out of it, which is, the best moves that we as traders are always looking for. So here's another example I want to show you. And this one here is when you see these are short-term, like this case is a double top. You can get short-term double bottoms. Look at the strength of this trend moving down. This is almost all one color. And then we get that pullback. There's a highest point. Market tries to push out of it, and it just keeps coming back right to that exact level, to the pip. And boom, you get this move out of here. So if you were to take this, your entry opportunity is on this bar where it's white and it's back to the same color as the trend. That's a good entry opportunity. If you're super confident in the level, you can just enter off the level, and that's it. And then we can continue to kind of follow this down for looking for these opportunities. Once the trend starts to change, like it does here, these are where these opportunities tend not to work as well, because we're trying to trend follow right now. And as you can see, the moving averages did shift to sloping up when it came back to this level here. So that's why we like to use moving averages and make sure that they are sloping down and that price is generally below the moving average. So hopefully that's clear for you guys. Those are how to do trade double tops and double bottoms. Pretty simple concept, but the biggest thing is let's make sure that we're trading that in the direction of the trend. Okay, that being said, let's look at these trades that we're doing. Now I want to show you what I was entering these things on. So here we are on the USD yen, and I told you there was a double bottom here. So this was a short-term double bottom, and I didn't get the perfect entry on this. So I'll show you that. So here it is here. This was the low, and you can see here, here's the bar that came down and triggered, right? We pushed past it, but we didn't close beyond it. And then the market started to reverse out, printed me this yellow bar. By the time I got in, the market was up here, chased it a bit. And yeah, that's the trade. So I trade in the short term double bottom. And this is a little more technical of a trade, a little more challenging to do, but you can see the direction, boom. We had this huge momentum in the direction of, heading higher. So that's it. I'm going to let this play out, see how that unfolds. Now let's take a look at Euro New Zealand. So here's Euro Kiwi, and let me show you the double bottom on this. So you can see we had this move up right here. I'll just draw this out for you. We had this nice move up here, right? Pretty strong move up. Then we had this pullback, and then we had another nice move up. So the direction to me on the trend was here. Now I know what you're thinking. The 20 EMA is actually sloping down on this. On this one, when I went and looked at the higher time frame, it was pretty clear that this was an area of value also based upon a simple trend line here, right? You can kind of see it started producing higher lows, and I thought that that this area would hold as a double bottom, and sure enough, it did. I'm just going to draw another line on this for you so you can see it. And there's that line. So you can see it literally right to this level, to the pip, not just once, but twice. So boom, hits it, boom, hits it. So this is where I decided to get in, and we're going to see if we can take this up a little higher. And that's all there was to that trade. Pretty simple. So let's look at this one now. This is the Aussie Yen, and this trade again was a higher time frame trend. Let me just show you this. This was on the 15-minute chart, and this is what I was looking to trade, was right here at this level. So you could see on the 15-minute clearly we had that double bottom. We didn't close below that level. We rejected off a good rejection wick, and then the markets rallied out of it. So we're going to hold this, see if we can target somewhere around these lows, and see if this downtrend stays intact here. So that's it. That's how to trade the double bottom. And if you guys have any comments or any suggestions here, put it in the comments below, and make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you want more of this type of content. So before I go, I'll just recap for you. Make sure you're finding the short-term momentum of the trend, and then look for the double top or double bottom in the direction of the trend. Put an alert on your line, and just keep following the market as it unfolds, especially on these shorter term time frames. If you are trying to catch big reversals, that could be a recipe for disaster. Professionals, they mostly trend follow. They're not trying to pick tops and bottoms. So if you found this video helpful, make sure that you like.